Castro on behalf of Boxing King Media, and I'm here with the 5-time WWE. You know, it's still weird for me to say that. I grew up WCW, WWF, but right. But you here in the building. You get here today, or?
No, I got in late last night. Had some flight troubles, but coming from Houston. But I'm here, man. It's fight week, and I'm excited right now. It's over the moon as far as the electricity here in MGM Grand right now, and everybody's waiting for the big fight, man. Tank, Garcia, and I tell you, I honestly believe this fight is going to be the fight of the year.
So you're no stranger to the big stage, WrestleManias, all of the past WCW events that you were a part of. How do you compare the big fight energy, big fight feel of a boxing event to that of a wrestling event?
You know, as a competitor at WrestleMania, of course, it's big, it's huge for the fans. It's huge, but that world, that wrestling world, is so polar opposite of what the boxing world is. When you watch these guys, you know, you think about the Coliseum, you think about the gladiators, you think about Rome. Two guys going in that's willing to lay their life on the line. It don't get no bigger than that. Only a few, a chosen few that have been able to experience something like that. I couldn't even imagine the adrenaline. I have a saying, you know, the nervousness, you're always gonna have the butterflies, and you gotta get those butterflies to line up and fly straight in those situations. I wonder how these guys, find themselves making that transition.
There you go. Now, before I get to the actual fight, I want you to talk a little bit about the boxing scene in Houston. I think it's a city that doesn't really get as much credit as it deserves. You've got the Charlos, you've got Ronnie Shields out of Houston. Talk to me a bit about the fight game in Houston.
You know, the fight game in Houston is, it's not something I don't think we get a whole lot of love on. The Charlo brothers representing, like right now, Ronnie Shields has always been that beacon of light as far as boxing in Houston forever. But it's definitely something that could be a lot bigger. I do a lot of, I have an arena in Houston. I do a lot of smaller boxing events, even amateur boxing events in my arena. So it's something that we're definitely trying to keep alive, as well as, for me, I want to be the guy in Houston to bring independent boxing to YouTube. That's my goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you a follower of the influence boxer scene as well, or is it strictly the amateurs and the pros?
No, just strictly the amateur and the pros, man. I'm not a, YouTuber guy or anything like that, but other than putting content on YouTube, I have a YouTube channel that's got almost 1 million subscribers that I just do with wrestling, as well as my Hall of Fame podcast. But to be able to bring independent boxing, independent MMA, I think just letting these guys get a chance to be seen, that's the only way you're going to get discovered, especially if you're not one of those, A-listers, one of those Olympian type guys.
And you're obviously a heavyweight, former heavyweight champion of pro wrestling. What are your thoughts on the heavyweight division in boxing? You got the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, AJ, Wilder, Usyk.
Yeah, those names you're calling, man, it's just a bunch of names you're calling. It's not a whole lot of excitement in those names. Of course, Wilder is a guy that we definitely want to see make that move. But the thing is, can Wilder make that move to the next level? Me personally, I think Wilder's biggest problem is he started so late in boxing. If he started when he was 6 years old, I think we'll see a whole lot different animal in the beast of Deontay Wilder. But I think right now, the guys like Davis, guys like Garcia, guys like Shakur, guys like Haney, that's who the fans really want to see. Crawford, they want to see these guys get in there, and they want to see them mix it up. And I think this fight with Davis and Garcia not having a title on the line is going to motivate all of these young cats, man, to want to get in there and mix it up. So that's the guys I'm looking at right now.
Well, I was at the Top Rank gym yesterday with the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin Haney. Does the winner of this fight, do you rank him as highly as Devin Haney? I also heard you mention Shakur, who had that big win against Yoshino on ESPN a couple weeks ago.
I mean, Haney coming off the win over Kambosos. Come on, he is who he is. He's that guy. Yeah. I think all of these guys need to, think about the big picture. And the big picture is not going to be the championship. The big picture is not going to be that Floyd Mayweather effect as far as going down in history with that not having that O removed. And I think a lot of these guys think about that. But I think right now, this fight right here, with all the money that is generated, front row, now second row is 20 grand. You better get a piece of that if you're smart. So I think that's what we're doing.
There you go. And lastly, prediction for tomorrow night.
I'm not going to give any predictions other than what Macho Man Randy Savage said back in the day. Always expect the unexpected. Yeah, dig it. That's the way it's going to go.
All right. I'm not going to ask you to do a spin-a-rooney, but
that's a 4-hour warm-up.
Yeah, I appreciate that. King Book, 5-time former world champion. Was it two-time Hall of Famer? Two-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.
You got it, man.